Are you tired of trying to get your husband to talk to you? Are you tired of trying to get him to open up to you without success? This video is for you. In this video, we're going to be sharing some of the reasons why men don't talk, how to get your man to open up. This is so important. This video, stay tuned to the end and learn the 5 things you're going to be sharing. All right?
I should have just let you do the video alone. Anyway, thank you for joining us. My name is Chidi Akunna.
And I'm always Victor Akunna.
Always. If you're new to our channel, Foundation for Family Affairs, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you're notified when we drop our content. And for those who will be hearing this by podcast, hey, you may want to follow us. It would be nice to have you follow us.
Absolutely.
Okay, at Foundation for Family Affairs, our mission is to connect hearts and strengthen families.
Absolutely.
Raise healthy families. And what we're talking about today, I think, just hits the heart of what we love to do. You know, connecting hearts. There are wives who complain that he never speaks to me, but they see him speak to other people. What could be the problem? I would like you to set the ball rolling. Why do some husbands not speak to their wives?
Well, there are different reasons. And sometimes the first point I like to share is sometimes some women make a demand, like, we need to talk. Anytime you say to a man, we need to talk, sometimes it triggers them, it gets them scared. Just talk with them. You don't have to place a demand. You know, there's something about the male ego sometimes that when you place a demand of, you have to do this, you have to do this, I need you to do this, sometimes they cannot resist doing that thing. So rather than saying to them, we need to talk, or why are you not talking, or talk to me, and you're following him around. No, don't do that. You know.
What if it looks like each time she pops her head through the door, he seems busy? Are you saying she shouldn't then ask him?
But he can't be busy 24 hours. You know. Don't ask, just start talking. Like, you know, do you have a minute? You know, that's better. So if you just ask me, do you have a minute? Yeah, okay, what is it? You can just talk. Don't make it like official.
Okay.
Yes. Most men get intimidated when you make it like, I need to talk to you about something. It's like, what does she want to do? It's confused. It's all over the place. So just have it, you know, why do it?
But when I do that, you, may feel intimidated. Intimidated. But I'm trying to imagine you intimidated. But anyway, you may not like it. But then you still talk.
Yes, I talk because I've learned to do that. You know, initially, I was like any other man. So I started learning that, you know what, talking to a woman is important. But this video is about women trying to get their husbands to talk. We will probably do another video where we say, men, you need to talk more to your wife. So, but we are looking at, for a woman who is saying she's made a lot of efforts to try to connect the husband, but she's not getting reciprocal, she's not getting the kind of result that she wants. You need to understand that men only talk when they need to talk, when it's necessary. For women, you guys talk to process issues, to process pain, to understand things. For us men, we only talk when, generally speaking, and there are exceptional cases, I need to say that, we mainly talk to give information. If there's no information to give to you, there's no need talking. So, but for a woman, the need for talking is different. It's to process, to connect with someone. So you see a lot of women, they are talking to each other, they are connecting. She's not looking for a problem solver. She just wants to connect with someone, just want to feel heard. A guy doesn't need to feel heard. When they are when they're expressing pressure, they withdraw. They don't even talk. They talk even less. They withdraw into their shell to process whatever they want to do. So rather than placing a demand, you know, just talk with them and possibly find something that they are interested in to be a conversation starter. So for example, he likes a particular soccer game, soccer club, or a football club. Just have a conversation around that. Oh, what's happening? Maybe he's watching. Or I read that this. Oh, really? You found out about that? Start conversation. And then steer the conversation to where you want. These are the ways. So as he gets better, as he relaxes around you, then he will be able to talk further. But don't place a demand, that's all I say.
Okay. So should we explore another reason then?
Yeah.
Why men don't talk?
What do you think? Okay, you are not too.
But I'm married to a man.
Yes. So what do you do sometimes to get me to talk?
Okay. Another thing that hits my mind,
Yes,
okay, just
tell
before
me.
you ask that question is if you do not use what he's shared with you
Oh,
against him,
okay.
what he's shared with you in the past
Yes.
against him.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that case, you just be teaching him not to talk. Okay, he will shut down. All right, if you're going to be like that, then there's no need being vulnerable with you.
Can you
that's
break
what
that
it
down
is.
further? What does it mean not to use something I've shared with you in the past against me?
So probably you shared something with me saying, oh, you know, when this happened, I did this. I'm trying not to be so specific. But then in the course, maybe another event happens, unrelated. Then I start referring to that. Oh, correct. That's how you exactly. Always do this. Or that reminds me, exactly. If you could do that, then why am I surprised? Exactly. You know, things like that.
Yes.
So that would just make a man shut down. You will be just saying to him, okay, there's no point being open with you.
Yes.
From today onwards,
yes.
you won't get any sensitive information from me.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, for us guys, well, actually, certainly for me, that would feel like disloyalty. So if I share something with you and you use it against me, and probably using it to berate me or to make your point or to make me feel in a certain way, that's you teaching me a lesson that you're not loyal to certain principles. You're not loyal to keeping secrets. You're not loyal to so what you've taught me is that I need to rein it in terms of, because if you don't have that information in the first place, you won't have you will not have an ammunition to use in that situation. The reason why you had something to use is because you are privy to it. And the only reason why you're privy to it because I open my mouth. So next time, I zip it. So we can talk about all that things, but not on personal things.
So and that way I won't have access to certain parts to
deep part of my heart.
Yes.
And so sometimes this is how people begin to grow apart. So you see, once I make that decision, I may even forget about the decision then, but it has become a habit for me now.
Oh, yes.
That I get to that point where I don't discuss anything with you. And if people are not vulnerable, there is no intimacy. You can't be intimate with someone that is not vulnerable with you. You can't, because intimacy is about sharing things that can potentially be used against you. That's one of vulnerability. So if you stop being vulnerable, you stop connecting emotionally. So you see people now begin to live parallel lives. They are still married. They're not quarreling. They're fine. But they are not connecting. And the wife knows. Both of them know that they're not connecting at a certain level. And so they're just going on like that until one thing happens. Maybe the children out of college. They are now settled. You know what? This is no longer exciting. You now be having conversation. Everybody's like, what's happening? Oh, after they built a life together. I don't know what's turning out to marriage. But these are the little things that lead to those kind of situations. All right. So first point is don't put a demand. Second one is don't use what your partner, your husband has shared with you against him to correct him or to discuss with your siblings.
Oh, yes. No,
or your parents.
A third party.
Yeah, we need to make it really, a third party can be any, particularly third parties that know him. Because some third parties at work or something, he may not really care, may not really know. But third parties, like siblings that know him, that after you are forgiving your husband, they are still holding him they are still seeing him through the lenses of his weakness that he shared. Really, really bad. All right, so that's particularly dangerous not to do. That's my point.
But would you be comfortable if I discussed you in a funny way with my colleagues? I don't think so, but
I
don't do it.
Yes, I'm only saying in terms of the impact of it is more when it's people that your husband knows. So your husband is just sitting around, just gisting, and they're looking at him like, look at him. Look at him. We don't even know exactly. So you're wondering, these people that used to relate with you in a very engaging way, friendly way, they're all stiff around you because they can't go past what they've heard about you. But they have their own issues, but forget. So
another one that comes to mind, actually another point that comes to mind, because this one happened, I think 2 days or 3 days ago. You had so much in your mind, and I could see you were really stressed, and I kept asking, are you okay? Are you okay? And you were like, yeah, I'm just fine. I just need to sort out some things. I could have persisted, but I chose to give you the space. So that's the point I'm speaking to.
Oh, yeah.
do not follow him around when he insists, when he wants to withdraw.
Yes.
Okay, he just needs that space.
Yes.
Sometimes need to grant that space. Sometimes you hear women complain about, oh, he's gone into his man cave. You know, it's all right. It's all right for us to give them that space, because they probably want to reflect. They say men are tunnel vision, so there might be something brewing. Like on that particular the day I was referring to, I had asked an accident. At a point, she said to me, "I will come around shortly." I knew you were really, there was so much for you to do to sort out.
Yes,
but then I had to just give you the space rather than insist on receiving a response at that time. And that was important to you, because you, I think by lunchtime, had come around, and then you came to ask me to come for lunch. And I was like, okay.
I did that because I knew you weren't happy, but I needed that space. You know, sometimes men can, when they are processing an issue, they are going through something, or they have a deadline and they don't want to be distracted, because sometimes we can, like she said, we can be tunnel visioned. And so that particular day I had I was getting a lot of email. I need to see this, I need to get this. So I like,
it would have taken you even more effort to explain what was going on.
Exactly. So I just needed to just shut down. So I just went somewhere else, locked everybody out, and just went on. The moment I achieved I did everything, then I came down. By the way, where is she? So I knew she wasn't happy that I was away. So I had to make something.
Away,
emotionally, not emotionally available. Yes. You know, so we're in the same building, in the same house. So I made it there and said, I come and have it. She was not looking at me one funny way. That's the way she looked at me, like, yeah, are we okay now? Yeah. I say, well, she knows. But the thing is that space is so needed for a guy to distress. When a guy is under stress, when a man is under stress, usually they withdraw. They don't want to talk. Talking distorts the process of the problem solving. Yeah, talking distorts. So for a lady, according to John Gray, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. They solve problems by talking. So as they are talking, they are finding their solution. That's why if a lady is talking, don't interrupt her to try to solve a problem. That's not what she's looking for. She just wants someone to hear her out. And in the process, she gets the solution, she gets better, she feels better. But for a guy, we don't talk when we are under stress. We try to withdraw into our cave, emotional cave, or psychological cave, or physical caves. Some people build physical caves in their house, I hear, just to distress, and they will definitely come back. The error you will make is when he's trying to take some time off. You are pestering him, you are harassing him, verbally harassing him, or complaining, or whining, or nagging, or coming into his space. It's not ideal. It's not the best. It's not the best. So if you do that, you will not get him to talk. You get him to shut down even more. Remember, the video is about what do you do to get your man to open up to you, to talk more to you. So this is definitely not the way to go. Just give him space, like she did for me a couple of days ago. I came back and I found a way to make it up.
Right. By fixing lunch. That was cool. Anyway, I always enjoy that.
Yes. I think another one is when your partner talks, celebrate the little talking he does. All right? Yeah, so, or when he listens, celebrate that. I like the fact that you listen to me. Celebrate that. Because people repeat what you celebrate. Human beings repeat what you celebrate. And men like admiration. They like to be admired. Anybody likes to be admired, but particularly men like to be admired. So admire them, celebrate the little effort they make. So if he's listening to you, thank you for listening. Thank you for not trying to solve the problem. Thank you. You'll be like, because sometimes when we're listening, we're feeling like, I'm not doing anything, because we're hardwired to be problem solvers. So we're like, I'm not even doing anything. Should I be solving the problem? Should I be giving solution? Oh, I know what she should do. But from experience, you've known that if you try to interrupt her, she doesn't like it. She wants you to talk. She wants you to listen, rather. So when he does that, try to celebrate him and say, thank you for listening, and thank you for, answering. Maybe you asked him a question, you also said something. Appreciate that, and hopefully you will do more of that, because human beings repeat whatever is celebrated. Yeah.
I think I love that you're a very good listener.
Yeah.
You ask until I speak, even when I don't want to. Yeah, and it's really relieving to experience that.
Although sometimes I listen because I don't know what to say. Yeah. Sometimes I listen because I know that she doesn't need the solution to what she's saying. Because at the beginning of a marriage, I just go to default mode, problem solving. I've told you to do this, build a system to do this. This doesn't have to repeat itself. Because I'm a consultant as well. So I just hardwired to try to solve. But with 12 years now, as of today, I've come to say that when she's talking, she wants to connect. She's not looking for a consultant. She's looking for her husband, her best friend. So
my
buddy. So I put off the heart of consultants. I put on the heart of a coach. I put on the heart of a friend, of her body. That's what she needs. And that's where, that's what you need to do for your partner, to make her feel okay. But again, we're talking about men.
I was going to say, let's go back to the man.
We're talking about the man. What do you do?
Yeah.
Yep. So don't nag him, don't criticize. With the little things that he does, just say, oh, I appreciate XYZ, and mean it. Because if you don't mean it, it shows in your eyes, it shows in your tone, it shows in your body language. Mean it. Don't compliment when you don't mean it. Look for something you truly believe and compliment. And mean it.
Okay, so I think the last point we'll put out for this one, you kind of scratched it a bit, but it's to talk in his area of interest.
Yes.
Okay. So I need to look out for what your interests are. I think it's funny when we say this, and some spouses say they don't know because he's not been telling them. When we say look out for your spouse's area of interest and come through that. But some spouses tell you that he's so closed, and some wives, he's so closed, and I don't know what interests him. But you can't tell from the things he does. Just looking around. Okay, what does he love watching? Those times he'll come in and just go for the remote and turn something on. What does he like watching?
That's cool.
Okay, what does he do? What job does he do? So how about you research that and find out some areas you can connect with him through?
Yes.
Really important.
I think I agree with you absolutely. I read these points in a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the man said, Dale Carnegie said, talk in terms of the person's interest. And our practices, and this is so true, so I like the fact that you brought it up. If you talk in terms, the average human being is selfish. In other words, they think about me, myself, and I. If I look at your interest, I look at what you are interested in, and I talk in terms of your interest, you are likely to be animated. You are likely to be more engaging than to share something you don't have any interest. So let's say you like to cook, for example, or you like to, you're a lawyer, or maybe not, let's not talk about career things. Let's say, for example, my wife is very passionate about people not being in pain. So, and that's part of the reason why she's a lawyer. She likes to rescue people. So, anything that is painful, anything that demeans people, that makes them feel less like a human, she hates it. So, over years I've seen that about her. I see how she, goes after to rescue people in a situation like that. So if I'm talking in terms of something like that I read, she's going to drop everything she's doing. She also is passionate about talking about marriage, how to make relationships better, how to give people the necessary information and tools. So it's not surprising that we are doing this together. All right. So it's not just like we are making YouTube video. This is actually what she's passionate about, really. All right. Because I get to see her outside the camera, so I know what I'm talking about. So the opportunity to do that is very important. So when we are talking about, I learned about this, I learned about that, no, we can add this, we can do this, this is something I found out about marriage, or this, or sometimes we are reading about somebody whose marriage failed, she's very saddened. So things like that, we extract wisdom from it, you know, how to improve our own relationship and how to put out sometimes a video so that you guys can also benefit from that. So, you know, and then, or putting the material together that will be of help, you know. Very important for you to be able to do that in terms of, you can use that to get the attention of your husband by studying your husband and saying, you know, the same way I've studied her. Study your husband and look closely. What catches his heart? There are many things that catch his eyes, but pursue those that catch his heart.
I like that.
And go after those. And, you know, if a sport guy, for example, find out about his favorite team. If he's, you know, wherever he does that, he really invests time and invests his money. That's where his heart is. Time and money. Anything he invests his resources in. Prioritize those. You would definitely get him to open up more.
Yes. Cheers to more connection
Cheers
in your
to more
relationship.
connection.
We're hoping this helps. Let us know if, as you try things out, we'll be happy to hear from you. Which of the options we've put out here today worked for you, and we'll be happy to cheer you on.
Yes. And if you have something we've talked about, or if you have something you do that we have not talked about, let's have either you inbox us or post it in the comment section. Let's keep the conversation going, you know, because this video cannot be 1 hour, so we can only talk about these 5 things. So if you have something that you can also, you know, post it there. And if you have a friend who is complaining about their husband or your partner not talking, kindly do us a favor to share this video so that this person can benefit from that. Okay.
We'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.